18 years old. Mom and Dad both loved amaryllis. When Mom moved into our home in 2004, pots of her father's amaryllis came too. Years later, Gladys and Dad gave me a large pot of amaryllis from their garden. Each spring, they sprung to life, beautiful and special reminders of my parents. When the bulbs multiplied and outgrew their pots, I transplanted them to our yard. Through the years, the plants have multiplied, producing hundreds of bulbs. Curiously, most didn't bloom despite nice green foliage. During our recent landscape project, I moved many bulbs to a sunnier spot. Thanks to Google, I learned that the top third of amaryllis bulbs needs to be above the soil line in order to bloom. Who knew? This information got me thinking about how those bulbs might be a simile to my younger life. In an attempt to feel safe, I preferred being unnoticed. I didn't see or trust my abilities, was afraid to push myself out of my comfort zone, and flew under the radar to avoid attention. I now realize that I was experiencing much internal anxiety, and these were my survival skills. I burrowed down, so to speak, to feel protected, yet hiding also stifled my blooms. Counterintuitively, as I've been willing to risk being seen and exposed to the elements, I feel myself coming more alive and blooming. What a great feeling. Sadly, self-perception is often unreliable. It is curious that I saw myself as unattractive, chubby, and not very smart. Photos show I was attractive, not overweight, and I did well in school. Gold cords on my graduation gown indicate I was in the top 10% of my class. I enjoyed hanging out with the CHS swim team during practices and meets. Bren was on the team, so I drove her to early morning swims. Susan, Sandra, and other friends were on the team too. I thought about joining the team, but I didn't believe I could learn how to do flip turns. Instead, I participated by holding lap counters for the distance swimmers and cheering for the team. Writing is another area of skewed perception. Mrs. Bensick, my British Lit teacher in high school, wrote positive comments on my writing assignments. I believed I was pulling the wool over her eyes, and I just knew how to BS an essay test. The thought was ever so fleeting, but I never pursued writing. During Mom's battle with cancer, I regularly wrote update emails to friends and family. After Mom died, readers encouraged me to pursue writing. Me? Write? What would I write? Nah. 14 years later, I joined Hope Writers. 40 years after Mrs. Bensick wrote positive feedback on my papers, I now choose to trust her belief in my skills. Her positive words endured through the years and are now a huge gift of encouragement. Thank you, teachers. #eyewitness to my life. #pondering friend to friend.